Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel where we talk about, well, anything. This time we'll be talking about interaction and interdependence between animals or organisms in an environment. Timothy Wotton and Mark Emerson define biological interaction as the effect that a pair of organisms living together in a community have on each other. For example, a lion chasing a zebra in the desert. That's predation. Now, interdependence is defined as the dependence of two or more things or people on each other, such as the dependence of plants on the carbon dioxide provided by humans when we exhale, and the dependence of humans on the oxygen that the plants give out. On the topic of interaction and interdependence, we will be talking about a few, such as mutualism, commensalism, parasitism, and competition. Let's begin with mutualism, a type of interaction where both species or organisms benefit from one another. In this clip, we can see a bee attempting to pollinate a flower. How do they benefit from this, you ask? Well, whenever bees pollinate flowers, they transfer the pollens from one flower to another, or from one place to another, and pollination yields the formation of seeds, which in turn creates more plants and subsequently flowers. Meanwhile, bees benefit from flowers because flowers produce a sugary liquid called nectar, which contains nutrients that the bees need. And when bees land on flowers, other than dropping off the pollen, they use a long tube-like mouthpart called a proboscis in sucking and drinking the nectar out of the flower. Let's move on to commensalism, a type of interaction wherein one of the species is benefited while the other is neither benefited nor harmed. In this scenario, there are two species, the trees from kingdom Plantae and the birds from kingdom Animalia. This specific scenario depicts commensalism because the birds are the ones benefiting from the shelter that the trees provide. The trees provide the shelter and protection for the birds, while the birds don't do anything to benefit nor harm the tree. So that means when there's impending rain, the trees are there for the birds to come and go as they wish, while the birds just stay and do nothing to affect the tree, whether in a positive note or a negative note. Now let's talk about parasitism, an interaction wherein one of the species is benefited, the parasite, while the other is harmed, the host. In this continuous clip, we can see a dog scratching itself. Now this dog is known for having fleas, a type of parasite that lives off by sucking and consuming the blood of its host. So in this scenario, the fleas are the parasites, the ones benefiting, while the dog is the one getting harmed, the host. Let's move on to something a bit more different, competition. Competition is a type of interaction that takes place between closely related species, or species that may not even be related to each other, and their fight or competition over resources such as food and water. In this case, we have cats, the species, fighting over the resources, the food. We can see the cats showing acts of aggression, marking their territory, or even eating faster so that they can get more of the resources, the food. They are showing their ownership over what they believe is theirs. Yeah, show him who's boss, Orange. Keep eating, man. Finally, let's move on to predation, an interaction in which one of the species or organisms, the predator, kills and eats another species or organisms, the prey. In here, we can see a tarantula hunting and capturing and eventually killing and eating a cockroach. See how it goes. Wow. Nature is metal. We would like to thank our sources and references, and of course you, the viewers, in the creation of this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!